Welcome back to
Hey,
Wicked
guys.
Honest.
Hi, welcome back. Nice seeing you, but we
Nice
can't
to
see
see you. Yeah, nice for you to see us.
Maybe.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's been like we took a little. We record every week. Well, twice. Well, we record as often as we can, but it's been a little bit, so I feel like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. We're new to this. This is our first
Not
episode.
that I know what I'm doing anyway.
Yeah, right.
We're not experts.
We were just talking about the last time we were with you all. We were debating on heading to the bar for a day drink.
Yeah, which I knew that wouldn't happen. She wouldn't do it, and I think you get this age and you want to be that person that does these things
so badly.
And I'm the one who would normally be like, all right, let's go. And you really wanted to.
I want to. I just can think of all of the things in the back. So basically we didn't. And
I couldn't even get off the stool. I was like, I don't. It sounds great. I don't know, but I can't get off the stool.
Well, we didn't do it, but it wasn't because of this reason. But this is what ended up happening that night, which is basically, I would say, like one of the reasons why I'm always reluctant to do something like that. So of course, one of my kids sprained his ankle at basketball that night, and we ended up in urgent care. So if I was at the bar,
yeah,
that would have been an issue. Look at my hair. If I was at the bar, that would have been an issue, and that's always
now you're drunk at urgent care.
Yeah, and I've been, that's happened before.
Yeah, and it's really that happened to me one time many years ago, and that is really not fun.
No,
that's really bad.
Well, were you there for yourself though? Because I think it's
for myself, I might have been. No, I was there for a child.
Oh yeah, see, that's a bad one. Yeah,
and it wasn't just me. Obviously, someone drove there safe. We were out for drinks, and I had some drinks, but I was okay. But it was still like, oh my god, it's not.
Yeah,
this is not the ideal situation. But
yeah,
but this is that's always when that happens.
That's
another time I overdrank. And sometimes things don't happen, but like the dog got sick and I'm drunk at the vet.
It happened to my mother. I remember when I have Halloween parties all the time, like really, really big ones. And my mother and father have been amazing. Like, when they were, she was Prince one year. I mean, they've been amazing, part of that. And she got wicked drunk at one of the parties. Then my grandmother ended up in the hospital. And my father is in recovery, so he doesn't drink, thank God. So they went to the hospital for my party, but my mother was just shit-faced, and he was just like, this is a nightmare.
No, and I feel like that's always when stuff like that. It's either stuff like that always happens when, you're sick or you drank too much or something like that, or your week's just been hell, and then just add something else to it.
Yes,
because my week's been hell, and my dog just ate something outside, which I think was a giant piece of cake someone must have thrown in the woods. I don't know why someone threw cake in the woods, but
that's such a strange
I'm
thing.
hoping it's.
Well, she told me that, and I'm like, oh, don't overreact. Like, whatever. My dogs eat crap all the time. They're fine, blah, blah, blah. And I get home and on the floor, and my dog doesn't do that. Currently, the dog that I have doesn't do that. And I got home and an entire tin of brownies was gone.
Yeah, so we'll both be at the vet.
Yeah, so needless to say, we'll be going to the bar after this because both of us will be going to the vet.
Yeah. And I wanted to say I want to address last episode, the stickers, because we're both such OCD.
Oh my God.
The stickers were on the bottom of the cup, and every time we took a sip, you'd just see the sticker, and I had a nuclear meltdown, and she did too.
I was like this, trying to take it off while I was podcasting.
Oh, it drove me crazy. But yeah,
they're gone now.
Yeah. Yes, thank God. I don't know if you guys care, but OCD people care.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody out there with OCD will notice that. They'll probably send something letting us know that please take the sticker off the bottom of your. I would do something like that.
Would. Well, obviously I would. I message people at night.
She would only do it if we were celebrities.
Yeah. Johnny Wahlberg or whatever. We discussed that the last episode that I message Instagram people. B-list. No, Donnie's not B-list.
No, not.
Let's put
Donnie's
disclaimer.
Not, but you tend to lean more towards B-list. I think you do Donnie because he's from Boston though, and you feel like
no. And him and Jenny are always on Instagram, kind of always just making themselves real
relatable and
yeah. So I'm just saying, hey,
available.
Like you shouldn't say certain things.
So he still hasn't gotten back to you.
No.
Okay.
No,
we'll keep checking
and I'm fine with that. I moved on. I always go to my backup person, J-Lo. I don't know what that is. I just always have to know what J-Lo's doing. I don't know why. I really don't even give that much of a shit about J-Lo, but I am just, there's some type of fascination there that I just always have to randomly figure out like what she's doing. Always keep in the know of what she's doing.
I think too, you're like, why can't my hair come out like J-Lo's today? Like, what is she doing?
Excuse me?
Not like,
excuse me.
Not like that, but like, you're like,
this isn't J-Lo?
You're always like, you're always like, you know who's not taking the trash out? J-Lo. J-Lo's not taking the trash out.
When I speak about anything about the trash or who's not going to registry or things like that, it's Beyonce. I do not say J-Lo. That's always Beyonce.
Okay, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Just saying.
When
I speak about hair, I say, I'll leave the salon. I've left the salon at times with this hair dye dripping down my forehead. I was told to put cigarette ashes on it one time. Yes. And these aren't like just nasty ass salons.
Right.
Decent place. And I'm like, does Jennifer Aniston walk out looking like this?
Yeah.
Anytime it's hair, it's usually Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, and you're like, does Jennifer Aniston, did someone tell her to go home and put cigarette ashes on her head?
When it's hair, it's always J-Lo. I just have a fascination with. I was totally down with her and Ben 2.0, and I'm hearing there's a 3.0 possibly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not down with that. I'm
probably
sick
all
of
PR bullshit anyway.
I'm sick of the whole thing, but I just always have to check in on that. I don't know why the hell I'm talking about this, but whatever.
Well, segues lead to segues, lead to segues.
Yeah, then you go on too long and you're like, who gives a shit? I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
anyway,
what's your day? What's up?
Well, I have a new
We've had quite a shit storm.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what you're gonna say, but I think I have.
Well, I was just gonna say I have another kid now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She has another child.
Yeah.
This is not that shocking.
For those of you that but I was retired from this.
Oh, that's true. You picked up a child or two along the way.
I have multiple times, and actually, my son is my second oldest son is really the one that complains about this the most, because he'll say like, can't we ever just live in this house where it's just like our family?
Because it's deeply affecting.
Because it's deeply
This is what you do. You go on the microphone sometimes. Like,
when you want to make a really big point. Like I fucked my kid up by taking in so many strangers. Well, not strangers, but like people in need.
Homeless guys, because we like homeless guys.
Homeless guys.
Oh God.
No, but like kids, primarily kids,
and homeless guys.
Homeless guys, kids usually.
Oh, homeless guys.
But yeah, so I always end up with a couple. It's the home for wayward children at my house. That was my. But so I have my nephew now. He's not the first nephew I've had. I had my other nephew last year, the year before.
You've had a niece, a faux niece, sort of.
Right. I've had a niece by marriage. I've had a couple.
I know I shouldn't say faux, but I feel like I can say that now.
Through ex marriage. I don't know what the hell you even call that. I've had a couple of them. So, I mean, yeah, but I did that. I realized about myself that I did stuff like that because it made me feel like, oh, well, first of all, if I'm taking in everybody's kids, I'm not that fucked up. Second of all, if I'm taking in everybody's kids, it's giving me, I feel good about I don't even think I realized at the time that that's what it was about, but it makes me feel good about myself, but I'm in recovery. We've talked about our healing journeys. That's one. But I'm very on the other side of needing to do that to feel worthy of anything in my life anymore. This just happened to be a circumstance that came to us because they were, there was issues with hometown stuff like that. It was really nothing like huge.
It's a good thing.
And
it's different. This is different.
But I wasn't the one to come up with it. My son was. And when he came up and sat down and said, this is what we think he thinks that we need to do, I said, for someone that complained that Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street were, live at our Thanksgiving table every year and stuff, you seem to be
jumping on the train,
following right in my footsteps. And to which he replied, But what did he say? This isn't some fucking hoe from the street.
Some rando or whatever he said.
Rando hoe from the street. This is family.
This is family.
Anyway, so I gained another child, or I'm borrowing another child from my brother.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, hopefully things work out.
It's been great so far.
And that happens in families.
Oh God, I stayed with my father's brother. I stayed with my mother's sister. I mean, I was unruly.
Sometimes you have to do that. And I'm sure as a parent, I can't imagine how hard it is to sort of make that decision can be selfless, which is important.
I also was close to doing that with one of my sons and thinking that maybe
I thought about that for a moment with my son. He struggled.
Yeah, you think I think as a mother or as a parent, whatever, it breaks your heart because you, especially as a control freak person too, that has had this child forever, you don't want to let that go. But when you see that it's really not benefiting them to be in the element that they're in, and there's another opportunity out there, sometimes you have to take that, and that's can be so painful. But that's parenting. I mean, that's selfless parenting.
Yeah, parenting is not. I've always said that. If you just think parenting is not easy, when you have to really be a parent, it's friggin' hard, and it's a lot of parents say you're just their kid's friend, and it's nice when you're able to sort of be their friend a little bit, but sometimes you really have to parent them when you do, and they don't like you. It sucks.
Yeah.
And you don't like them and the whole thing. Yeah, you have to make some really tough decisions. It
Mm-hmm.
freaking sucks.
So now instead of 5 sons, I have 6. But my oldest has his own house, so that's nice. That's nice because now I have 5 again here.
Oh, that's true.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
No, it's a tribe.
It's a tribe. I don't have to take in my groceries. I don't have to take my trash out. I don't have to, it's definitely, I start to play the, oh God, my back.
What are you learning from me?
Yes.
Oh,
100%.
My son's always doing the grocery shopping for me. And so, what was it? What did I do the other night? Cause she calls me Moira from,
Schitt's Creek.
I don't watch it, but she'll send me clips, and I sent her the other night, and I get it. I sort of get it when she sends them because I do.
If you know, you know. I mean, if you watch Schitt's Creek, it is uncanny.
I'll exaggerate things, and I'll say things like, the other night he was gonna. I was watching a lot of Dateline, and I was having some anxiety, and he was going to sleep out. I mean, and he's 20, still lives at home, and he was going to, and he sleep out fine. My husband though sometimes works overnights, and sometimes I freak out, and I'm like, well, okay, fine. If I get murdered, it's on you. Like I say stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then I texted her by accident the other night. We were texting, and I said, can you please go downstairs and get me a hat? It was,
oh my God.
I was before bed. I was like, I'm all tucked in. Can you please go down and get me a hat?
I can't because I just put cream on my feet.
And then I sent that to her, and I was so pissed because I knew you were going to say something. And I was like, bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Especially that I had to put the cream on my feet part of that.
Yes, that was the whole part about it. I will tell you though, and I don't think I told you this.
What?
I really admire you. I know that you know this.
Oh.
I know we don't talk like this is stupid.
So rip me a new one, but here we go.
Yeah, but I do sometimes because she's always fucking right, which drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like you'll be like very good judge of character. Like I'll be like, no, this person's not gonna do that, and then literally they end up being a piece of shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I really tried, and so I start to realize over the past 20 years, the amount of times she's right about certain things, and it's so fucking annoying.
Okay, this is nice. Let's keep going.
So now I'm trusting her intuition a little bit more instead of rather than.
Who did I say is a piece of shit now?
No, I don't think you said someone's a piece of shit, but you're like, this is gonna happen, or this person's guilty of this crime, and I'm like, well, I don't know, and then it all comes out, and so this stuff with I can't carry stuff you have to carry that for me. I'm a lady. So I start to do that now, that's fucking great. And the other day,
you're welcome.
Thank you. I know. The other day I made, right after I got that text from you about the cream and all that stuff, I almost texted you because I literally went like this and I could feel like the hair on my chin. Like I have a couple, obviously when you get a little older, you get like one. I've had like one my whole life. And I always know where it is and I always pluck it.
Yeah.
Fucking the other day I went, like a full, I'm like, do I have a beard? What is happening? What is happening to me? And I'm like, Landon. He's like, what? I'm like, you gotta come quick. Bring the tweezers. He's like, what? I'm like, I need you to pluck the chin hairs off. He plucked them all.
Excuse me?
He plucked all my chin hairs.
And I'm Moira?
I know. I was actually so excited.
This is a vision. Why isn't this recorded? People want to see Landon.
He told everybody. Do you know how many? And then do you know when he was doing it? He goes, you have a lot right here and right here. Do you want me to get those? I'm like, no, I can handle those. Like, so welcome to Wicked Honest. I have a mustache and a beard.
And I'm worried about my feet cream and a hat. And he's giving
I
me
almost
like a
did
full shave.
I almost did full shave. And, I say what every woman says. When I die, you make sure when I'm in the casket, you take the tweezers and you pluck it. Yeah, he goes, I know you told me that already. I go, oh, I did?
Well, and then my son's older, but they hang around together, Landon, and he calls his little cousin and stuff. And I'm always sending my son to the grocery. I don't go to the store often anymore. Like I have to sometimes, but if he's out and about, I'm like, can you pick up stuff at the store? And he worked at a grocery store. He's very good at it.
Sure.
So he always has Landon at the grocery store all the time, Market Basket. So and she's like, I'm really getting excited about this because he's like getting used to look, Chris got to go to the store.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, so when he gets his license, I'll be like, you know how Chris went to the store? Like now you got to go to the store.
Right.
And I started taking him food shopping with me so he can see all my brands and shit. So he'll know really good.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, anyways, still make fun of me because it's funny sometimes. But
yeah, no, I mean
I'm quite more than you, but I am right often. I'm a good judge of character. Yeah, I would say I'm very in tune to human nature. I think.
And I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it because I want to believe that everybody. I know.
I don't know. You still. The fact that she still believes in the goodness in anybody half the time is shocking to me because of some stuff she's gone through. But she still friggin' does over here. I mean, I do too when I'm out and about. I'm pleasant and I like people to a degree, but I don't. I think, and to what your point was, what you were just talking about is having the need to take people in or do these things, and we were talking about that before. I wasn't always sort of hardened and cynical. I really wasn't. I really gave my heart in so many relationships, and I really thought, I'm a Virgo. I don't know if you follow astrology or whatever. I'm loyal as a dog, and I'm very ride or die. So I'm like, we ride or die. There's no there used to not be any in between.
Yeah, there's no wishy-washy.
Yeah, it's like we ride for each other or we're not together. That's it.
Yeah.
And now I have all these relationships that it's very almost disheartening to me, and it's because it's not my normal nature. I have to have sort of boundaries here, or you don't expect this from this person, or you sort of had to get
that sucks.
This person completely failed you and you had to just walk away, or you have to, there's so many little nuances in these because you just not, and maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a fine thing, but I never ever could be give my heart on a silver platter to anybody ever in my life. And that's probably a good thing. You don't need to do that. But am I ever riding hard for anybody like I ever used to? I don't know. Maybe my kid.
Yeah.
And that's even debatable.
That's
honestly.
Well,
my dog buddy, but he passed away.
Well, people always say love is unconditional.
And I love you. And I'm even still you're a human. I'm almost just if I'm going to ride for anyone, I'm going to ride for you. But even still, it's I just think humans are
people are flawed.
Yeah. And except me. No, I'm flawed and I will speak to that. But I don't think I'm that flawed in this way. I think I'm very
in your loyalty, in your ride or die way.
Or I used to be. I'm not anymore.
You're not anymore to certain people, but you are to certain people. Your circles grow smaller,
Yeah.
I think there's love is unconditional. It's just another cliche, like kids are resilient. And love can be unconditional, but tolerance is not. And that's the biggest thing.
I learned the whole thing. I go to energy healing, as she's talked about before. And love is unconditional. I never subscribed to that because my mother would say that. No, love isn't unconditional.
Oh, she did. Which is so and opposite of what everybody else always says.
Yeah, well, that would bother me because that meant like, wow, great, I'm your daughter. Wonderful. That doesn't feel very good. And then my polarity energy girl said to me, well, love is unconditional. And the same thing is, you can love someone. Just because you love someone doesn't mean that they have to be all encompassing or you're in your life or like full on, like you just accept anything. Well, that's what I mean. Do.
Love can be unconditional, but all the stuff surrounding the love doesn't need to be.
No, that's conditional. And there's relationships right now that I've had to walk away from. I still love that person.
Right.
I still, as much as they might have hurt me or whatever, I still love them, but I couldn't be near them. Like I can't be around them anymore because there was a lot of hurt there or for whatever reason. So I don't know, the dogs were at my house and all that. Now her dog just snuck up here and she's trying to do code to her son to try to get the goddamn dog out of here. Oh, here comes the dog. Jesus Christ. Here comes the dog. We moved to the studio. We created a studio and now we got Ari.
Here she is.
Here she is. And she's going to probably crawl over me to get to her mom.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Landon, can you take Ari?
All right, come on.
Go.
All right, you heard Landon. That was Landon, everybody.
Full power number one at my house.
All right, so you have a child.
Oh, yeah. The day I have an extra kid.
You have an extra
Went
kid?
Yeah.
Apparently, they just fell down the stairs.
So
I bet we're not going to the bar again.
Well, I was just going to say we can't go drinking today either because the other one's ankle's now broken.
He's going to drink in the cups while we're here and end.
I know. Somebody was saying to me that, there was a story. Remind me, this is I want to make a bookmark here that my cousin said when we do a
Cousin Darren?
No, but I did tell him that we mentioned him a couple times. That he was
him and the mustard and the ham.
Yeah, he wanted to rebuttal to that. We'll get into that another time.
No, he can't. No, this is my show with Darren. This is our show.
But there's some stories that people have been telling me to tell, and they said, you and Diane really need to have some wine though when you tell those stories, because there was a couple of stories we told on Thanksgiving when we were sitting around the table.
Me and you?
Yeah, like the stories that I was telling about my past and St. Patrick's Day and drinking and doing stuff, whatever. He's like, you got to have some wine and tell those stories. I'm like, what? The one day that we have wine, this stream will go on for 62 hours. We'll just sit here all day.
It's going to be like a telethon.
Yeah. We might have to do a live for that.
We're like the charity cake. Like
oh, God. Watch it. Slippery slope.
Oh, sorry.
Slippery slope.
Don't cancel me. You know what I meant.
Anyway, so I did, run of the mill shit. Work. I was on call. Dump. Food shopping. I introduced my new
resident. To the dump.
Yes, I went to the dump.
I mean,
I would never say that.
To Parliament dump.
No, I went to the dump. I took I showed my new resident the ropes. You will be going food shopping with me. You will be going to the dump with me. You will be going,
shaving your beard.
You might have to pluck a couple hairs now and then. Yeah,
wax my legs.
Yeah, but so we're not a terrible day for me.
So first of all, I told you I was going to tell you this. So I've been trying to I want to go to Verizon because my phone, the volume is not working good. But I can really live with that. I just kept saying that to her. I was lying to her, but she kept pressing me. Why am I going to the Verizon store? And I wanted to get an Apple Watch. But then she keeps bothering me about it. And sometimes I love that we're close, but then sometimes it really aggravates me. And now that we live really close to each other, because she knows everything and I don't want people to know everything. So I got my cardiac monitor patch results back and that I had. It was a couple of shows ago, and there was a little blip. It's called NSVT. It was like a 3-beat thing. Nursing, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not, but I'm obsessing over this. So I want the Apple Watch so I can check my
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I want to be able to check my heart rhythm sometimes.
So I kept saying
which
to
is
her,
a bad idea.
It's where, in after the holiday, you're for a good 6 months, 3 months after the holidays, every store is a shit show.
Yeah.
Why would you, in the middle of the winter, why would you want to go to the Verizon store? Just order whatever it is online and do this. And so she keeps telling me about her volume on her phone. And I'm like, do it online. That's why you were saying.
She can't just let it go.
Because it really bothered me that you were going to go to the store.
I can't stand it. Let it go. But if I keep going on about it, just move on. You're always going to know everything.
Well, so I have an Apple Watch that I don't use, so I'm going to give it to her. I just got it like a month ago, and not one person in my house
I'll be checking my rhythm later.
I can't put my phone down. I can't have another friggin' thing to check. I can't.
I wouldn't like it either, but I want to check my. This is not good. That is not healthy for me to monitor. I don't need to be monitoring myself. This is not a good.
So do you want me to not give it to you?
No, I want you to give it to me.
Okay.
I might have to have an intervention with it like in a couple weeks. And then, so it's been a rough couple of days. She has a child. She went to the dump. And then
I have a child. I went to the dump.
I need to post this video. Maybe I will on like Instagram.
Oh, you have to.
I have to. I got blown in insulation in my house. And I was having people over, and I came in the house. They were there for all morning, and I walked in, and they blew a hole in my wall in the inside and blew the insulation all over my house.
I can't. She sent me the video.
If you see that, you'll die.
Zero context, so I know nothing that's happening. I'm just like, what? I think I don't even remember that Mass Save was there, or whatever.
Mass Save came out, did an evaluation.
Yeah, they do an evaluation, and then right. So I'm in the store, and I get now, as we've talked about the last couple episodes, my son is doing her heating. So I get this video.
The insulation.
I get this video.
Evil.
I think my son.
Evil.
I think my son is at her house.
Oh, you thought it was him?
Yep. And it looks like the septic backed up.
Oh, in the video, like it was the bathroom mostly, but then it blew all in the.
And it's brown.
Oh, it's brown. Yeah. Oh,
and it is coming out of her toilet.
Oh,
it's not coming out of her toilet. It's going in her toilet.
It was like a wall. It was like a ski resort. You could ski down this wall.
It was the craziest thing I've ever.
And they're just still blowing. Blowing it in.
Still goes out into her office. Goes out into her dining. The floors. And that's why I thought it was shit. Literally, because the floors. It looks like you could wipe your finger through it, and it looked like wet shit.
I can't.
And first thing I do, I don't even call her. I first call my son, and I'm like, "Are you
Italian?" What did you do?
Oh, he's like, "I'm getting my hair cut. That's Mass Save."
I wish I could blame him when I can blame him. It feels a little better, but I couldn't. I'm tough as nails. I'm exhausted though, especially after my cardiac monitor results. Like I'm very upset. So I walk in, and I literally just I'll go toe to toe with people. I just start crying.
I can't.
And I just cleaned the house. Like I just start.
Oh, you were having people over the next day, like a big thing.
My husband comes blowing up, and I sort of like when he's like this. Because he doesn't. I'm like the boss. I'm like the pit bull, And he. But then when I break, he flips out, and then I get nervous when he gets like that because he doesn't sort of know.
Yeah.
So he comes flying up in his truck from work, and he comes in, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" He's like, and I kind of like, I really like. I'm like, ooh, and I always text her when he does stuff like that. I'm like, ooh, I kind of like when he's like,
These people are gonna bomb your house, like. I mean,
who? Oh.
The people that he's screaming at,
Oh, then he wants to leave. He just rips these guys a new asshole. Tears them apart. Then he's gonna leave me there crying with them to be murdered. Because that's a Dateline episode.
Yeah.
And I'm on the phone with her. You're not leaving.
You can't leave. You're not leaving. Just don't leave.
Then the owner's coming. They're gonna slice me up.
Yep. So that gets resolved.
That gets resolved. A cleaning company comes out. They do a shit job. I clean it. Long story short, who gives a shit? But then
I'm on the phone with her yesterday.
Next day comes, have people over. Next day they come back, have to finish the job. They do it again
in the upstairs
bathroom. They blow it in.
I'm on the phone and all I can picture is her husband walking into the bathroom and getting blown insulation blown into his face
because blew him against the wall.
That's what it seemed like to me. Like I pictured like a cartoon character, like when he walked in and it just
was like, I'm gonna set
He's just like,
stop
fucking blowing it, stop! He's screaming, and she's like, "It's happening again! It's happening again!" I'm like, "No, it's not. This can't be real." I'm going to the
asylum. I mean, you're gonna have to friggin'.
Oh my god!
I'm going the unit.
I will say,
I can't. Please, I can't.
This is a normal occurrence in my life. My life is a shit show from morning till night, 7 days a week. I don't bat an eyelash. I don't scream.
Yeah.
I don't.
And now that she's moved close to me, we have a little compound up here now. That's an interesting story but now we all live together, kumbaya fucking ya and all that shit. And now her shit is coming over here.
And I'm like, wow, this is really strange.
This shit doesn't happen. Little shit, but this is a her thing.
Yeah, this is my.
And then she doesn't give a shit. She'd like ski down. She'll sleep it. Oh, it'll be a nice bed. We'll deal with it tomorrow.
She's got a respirator on in her room.
Oh, I did. I'm like, I need my ventilator again. Like, I have to go to a hotel room for a week. The house needs to be blown up and rebuilt. I'm on the phone with Service Pro. They need HEPA filters out here and chemical team of biohazard suits.
I mean, to paint the picture, we've talked about my giant holidays in the past, but I have 50 to 60 people at my house for Thanksgiving, and I have about 20 of them staying with me from Monday to Friday. And the day after Thanksgiving at my house, my electrical panel went on fire and melted. And I mean, this is just
the fire department.
The fire department is here and then we had no power for 5 days. We just all
went and dropped off cookies for them. She should have dropped off a lot more than that.
Well, that's I'm hoping they don't it's not about the like coming to treat real problems like my electrical panel melting. My son also was in an accident and has a little brain damage, has a little damage left over.
Why did we just laugh at that?
He doesn't have a sense of smell.
Yeah.
And the fire was in the basement right next to his room. So it was just cooking all day and he didn't smell it.
I don't know. She's bringing this shit here. She's brought this shit up to mine. So obvious. And I can't handle it. Mentally, I'm not stable enough to handle that. You know, there's not enough polarity and acupuncture and fucking meds and
therapy and
cardiac monitors in the world for this shit.
Yeah.
Apple watches
and fucking, oh god.
So anyway, now we're gonna totally change gears, which is so wild because whatever all that bullshit. But I wanted to discuss. You know, we're talking about the bar and having a drink and all that stuff, and that's all fun
and all that.
And growing up a crazy. We're talking about growing up with dysfunction and addiction and all these things. So my first book is about growing up in addiction, and I speak about growing up in addiction, and it's a big part of my life, and it's a big part of who I am. So I don't, and we spent a whole episode talking about how maybe giving up we're joking about, insensitively, and it's dark humor, as we've said before. You know, people would go into the liquor store early and maybe, maybe giving up isn't so bad, and working 80 hours a week is, just as unhealthy too, and all that. And we're saying that sort of dark humor and all of that. And
if that was the truth, we'd be doing it. I mean, that's not the truth. I mean, giving up is not,
and we're blessed that that's not, but I wanted to address that because I don't take lightly. There's so many people struggling with addiction, and I write and speak about this because it's such a profound part of my life. But I thought it would be interesting, sort of, to touch on a lot of people who know me, and I hate this. I hate when people know this about me too. Like I hate when people know me so well. I love it, but I hate it. I grew up with two parents. One that did pretty well. My mom had her, she didn't have addiction and all that. And then my father was a raging alcoholic. And so I have gone through periods in my life where I've really thought, alcohol probably doesn't serve me. Not because so much that, I'm my father, or that I'm worried that I'm, this full-blown alcoholic situation or addict, but with twofolds. I grew up very terrified of being my father because it's, we were told it runs in your blood and runs in all.
Yeah.
So I think I can speak for me and my sibling, my brother, that we were very afraid of that. And we went to Children of Alcoholics and all these things. So it was very scary. So other kids, like my husband grew up, you had a bear, it wasn't a big deal. Yeah. We're like, oh shit, we're gonna watch this shit,
Yeah.
But then there was something that also lures you there. Like, why is my father so interested in this?
Yeah.
So I went through periods where I've definitely overdrank in our 20s back. I mean, you did. We all did. Back then. Mm-hmm. And I guess some people didn't. But I also had this parent that alcohol was such a big fixture in our home. That's all we talked about because my mother got herself help and went to Al-Anon. And Al-Anon almost became sort of like I don't like to say this for everybody. Al-Anon, I have gone to Al-Anon because of my ex-husband, and it helped me tremendously until I felt like I didn't need it anymore. My mother, it helped tremendously, but my mother also went through a period where she got like fixated on it. Like if you came to my house when I was younger in my teenage years, and I'd be like, oh, Mom, Carrie's like having problems with her boyfriend or something. And my mother would be like, well, she should probably go to Al-Anon. Like everything was, anytime someone had a problem, she'd be like, well, their life would be better if she went to Al-Anon. And me and my brother would be like, oh, so, but alcohol was the devil in my house. And then when we turned 21 and stuff, and we drinking before 21. Yeah. But we didn't have alcohol in the house or nothing. And if you walked in my house and she knew you had a drink or something, she would look at you like you disgusted. So there's a lot of guilt and shame. And, as I spoke before, Irish Catholic, and there's a lot of guilt and shame and just a lot of things in my life. It's like a reoccurring theme. Yes, the word, shut up.
I'm always going to circle back to that. If someone didn't listen to that episode, I'm referring to it.
Just don't. That episode, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, God. But no, so I've gone through periods where I'm like, this probably doesn't serve me, just because there's thought that goes into this more, and there's guilt and shame with it and all that stuff. And not like other people, like not like you. And I've had friends that say to me, what is your problem? Like, there's nothing wrong with what you and my husband is like, oh my God. I tend to fixate on things.
Yeah, that's OCD.
And she told me and she's not the only one. I got upset the other day. You said, you suffer a lot. And my son has told me that. And I get upset. And you only get upset when something's true.
I know. I always get upset when you say something real to me. And then I'm like, that's why I kept saying, fucking hate when she's right.
Oh, yeah, you hate it. And it's true. Like, suffering to me, not just with that, it's just almost ingrained to me. I think I've been suffering since I was 9 years old.
You said that. I've been suffering since I was 8.
I'm from a long line of sufferers.
I'm from the potato feast.
Potato feast?
What is it?
Potato famine.
The potato famine.
They died. They ate each other.
I know.
You just said feast. Like they were eating all the potatoes. So rude. Sorry, Irish people.
Sorry. Well, I'm Irish.
Well, you just screwed up.
Sorry.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
But I just thought I would address that because I think I bet other people have felt that way. And I think we all, none of us are above addiction. I think and I've taught my son this, if you like anything, if you try something and like it at all, or use something regularly, anything, on some level, you are addicted to it. Whether on
food,
So alcohol, if you drink wine like once or twice a week and you drink a couple of glasses, on some level, you're addicted to it. And this is my belief. You might not subscribe to this. Food, everyone thinks I am like the perfect eater, and I do live in very good moderation. I work out, I eat well, I take care of myself, and
I don't.
But I also don't. But I also, and you've even said that to me about food. I'm pescatarian, and I just eat very well. And then I go, well, no, I have major struggles with food. I've had control issues with food. I was chubby as a kid. I lost weight. I can count the calories in my day without even thinking. And just because I've trained myself to do that since I was younger. I don't like feeling full or feeling a couple of pounds overweight. I get, so there's issues with food. And then sometimes lately, like there's been a little bit of grief since my mom passed away. And I've noticed sometimes I do have an extra glass of wine, or I've overate a little, like things that I don't want to do. My digestive system. Well, we can get into my digestive system. No, we can't. I'm sorry.
No,
we'll never do that.
No, I'm sure we will.
Actually. Yeah, well, it's kind of like talk about that.
Yeah.
When I first met my husband, the first thing I said to him, he's like, "So, like, tell me about yourself." And I was like, "I'm bloated and anxious." That's the first thing I said to him.
Nothing like going for honesty right off the bat.
I just wasn't.
I'm not trying to catfish you. That's what you said.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you exactly who I am.
No, but I think we've all struggled with addiction on some level.
Yeah.
And that's no bullshit. I mean, come on, being wicked honest. Give me a fucking break. We all have.
Yeah.
And mine is workaholics.
Yeah. Mine is work, sugar, for sure.
I have sugar,
smoking,
which is so. Like, I have a little bit of sugar. Like I have to, smoking. You know, poor cat, you're just outing yourself. I'm like, what about you? You're like, list yours.
Well, I've been addicted to all those things in the past. I did the polar opposite. I did the polar opposite of there was addiction in my home. My father was in recovery. By the time I got old enough to like remember him, he was never drinking. Or he actually didn't get sober until I was 8, but I don't remember anything being off prior to that.
You're lucky.
My mother had an issue off and on with drugs. She was never like a big drinker or anything, but she was also like, it's tough because she was also like a partier, but she was never like down and out in a fucking crack house. You know what I mean? Like she was kind of.
I think that's a misconception. Like people. Like my dad was a gutter drunk who happened to have a family. So you couldn't even, and my mother would say to us, remember I've told you this, my mother would go, you know what? We're so lucky that we can't hide our problem because then we are forced to get ourselves help. And me and my brother would be like, oh yeah, we're real lucky.
Yeah, that's great.
When we're driving by with our friends and there's dad face down, face planted on the sidewalk. I mean, we're lucky.
Yeah. And with my mother, it wasn't like it was every day. It wasn't like it was like I was being neglected or like it was.
I think that's much more common.
Yeah. But it was noticeable. It was in front of my friends. It was in my house constantly. It was people in and out of my house constantly. It was a lot of inappropriate stuff. Not just my mother, but like just the
people
atmosphere. Yeah. And I went so polar opposite of that. I definitely overdrank in my 20s, even in my 30s in some instances. But with drugs, I think I smoked weed when I was 17. I was like the last person out of all my friends
to smoke rash weed. Like you do.
I was allergic to it, which everybody doesn't believe me. But trust me, I waited 5 years and tried again, and then I also was anaphylaxis. I had anaphylaxis to it. So I am allergic to weed.
I just freak out on it. I called the ambulance.
Yeah, it wasn't that for me. I swelled up.
The ambulance.
And when I first went to the hospital when it happened to me, the doctor was like, "This could have been in a cigarette pack with a dust bone." I mean, the doctor didn't use that lingo, but
that's what I think happened at Guns N' Roses
with angel dust or something like that, like PCP or something, and you just fucking lost your mind. But when it happened again the second time 5 years later, like it just couldn't be a coincidence. So it was just over.
Remember when I got the medical marijuana card? Because I don't even know why. I was just going to try it. And then they had like the tincture or whatever.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And at first, I remember one time I smoked weed and I liked it, but I was drinking. And it was like,
I loved it.
It was like, we were laughing.
Yeah.
In my 20s. And then I tried it, the tincture, and I was like, oh, this seems kind of good. And then they said, increase it a little. So I increased it. And I got that feeling that you get, which I didn't like. It was like my brain needed to run, but it couldn't run. Like it was like I was like the gears were no. I'm like I didn't like that. We've never done any drugs, so we're like
an anomaly. Yeah, we're losers in our community.
we're from every single friend I have. We have anxiety, like horrible anxiety.
Which we're gonna get into that.
I would probably be a heroin addict if it wasn't for my anxiety.
100%.
I was very scared. I grew up seeing my father. I probably should have been scared of drinking, but everyone drank. Everyone was drinking.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm not that. As long as I'm not that,
I'm okay.
And you hit the nail right on the head. I liked weed. I was allergic. I ended up having panic attacks from the feeling that I got of the anaphylaxis that happened to me. It made me afraid to try something else. So I stuck to drinking and never did. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because if I didn't, I probably would have stayed away from certain drugs that were going on in my home. I don't know. That's what my mother did, and I didn't. That was why I thought it was gross.
Yeah, but what do you think you would have done?
Maybe pills or some benzos.
Well, we have anxiety. Benzos are like benzos
we
are
don't
the best
do those
thing ever.
either, but
no, I take a bite of an Ativan like once every 6 months because I'll be dying, suffering for something, and she's like, "Will you just take a?" And I like a 0.5, and I bite it in half, and I'm like, "Oh, that helps."
Yeah, I lick it. I'm like, "Oh, I feel better."
I'd rather suffer. I'm a sufferer. I'll suffer.
Yeah, well, with that stuff, I suffer too. I mean, not anymore. I'll take
it's stupid stuff, but I would be around people because everyone did coke. Everyone did everything. We grew up.
Everyone
grew up on the North Shore. Everyone OxyContin. I mean, I left with OxyContin.
Started with Perks. Started with, and then my friends
were dropping like flies.
My friends were all tripping constantly. Mescaline,
that is
acid.
Insane to me.
They would put
my boyfriend dealt acid and all of that.
Oh, it was like constantly tripping.
I'm like, that is so crazy to me. Yeah. I can't. I remember though being around cocaine. I would have to be like this, and like you, when you have an anxiety attack, you have to breathe in your shirt.
Yeah,
I would leave. People would know that you can't do that in front of me. Like,
me too.
Like I don't. Oh, sorry, I hit my microphone. But I remember someone said, "Diane, just put a little."
She's getting excited talking about cocaine.
Yeah. Just did a line. Yeah, right.
I am such a fucking spaz. If I always say, like, if I ever
make you normal, because like Adderall,
I know,
because you're like ADHD.
I know.
It'd probably make her normal.
I know, but I can't take that chance because even if just one, not that anybody's trying to convince me to do cocaine.
I know. Who are you hanging out with now? Yeah. We can't even get off the stool to go to the bar.
You're like, look, it might make you normal.
If we went to the bar like we did, they'd be doing coke. The shithole bar, they're probably doing cocaine.
Yeah, but I don't care anymore.
No, I don't care.
It doesn't bother me anymore.
Well, they try to get someone said put it a little on the end of your cigarette, and I said, "Listen to me, listen."
Oh, what's that called again? It's a name for it. I don't know.
I said, "Do you want to have a nice night?"
I know,
because if I do that, your night is not going to be nice. I'm going to jump off the Tobin Bridge.
I'm going to fucking knock you out.
I'm going to ruin everyone's time. The ambulance is gonna come. The paramedics are gonna be paddling me.
If you walk by me with a bag of coke and it touches my arm, I'll have a fucking seizure.
I can't.
A seizure. I can't. I mean, I am so crazy. I knock everything. And like she said, like kids that have ADHD really that bad, really are supposedly respond to Adderall and things like that quite well. And now that that's all a big thing, now people take it recreationally when they don't have ADHD, which I've never done that either. I think I know that's probably what would happen to me, but in my head, I just see like I spontaneously combust and my head flies off.
Oh, I'm like Len Bias. Is that Celtics play? You just blow up on the basketball. Oh, we was at a party. We got like, was it Len Bias?
You're talking about Lyndon Byers? LB?
No, there was a guy that got signed to the basketball Celtics. He was a young, like the biggest star, and then he went to a party and he tried cocaine for the first time and dropped dead.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the 90s. I thought it was like Len Bias or something. I could be thinking that up.
Yeah, because I feel like you're talking about Lyndon Byers.
No, I'm telling you.
Maybe it's the same name or whatever, a close name.
I think it's a close name, but
because he was a hockey player.
I just can't say. I will say this though. And I'll stop the coke talk. We're running out of time anyway. The coke lingo. I do like drug lingo though. I love like weed lingo. I'll always say it to my son because when he got caught smoking weed, and I'd be yelling out. I'd be on the deck yelling to him. What are you doing up there? Smoking the fucking chronic? Like what? And I would say any type of thing
that would make him cringe.
Hitting the bong.
Yeah.
You gotta like I would say anything to just get him upset. I'll text him like pictures of like Snoop Dogg and stuff. I'm like, because I was so pissed off. But coke, I can't stand it. And you're like this too, me more so. I think I don't like the culture behind it. Like, it's not fair because I don't want to be around it. But like, if you don't do it, you're not in that crew, and they hide it from you. But they don't hide it. Like,
no,
we all know you're doing it.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off. What the hell?
I don't know. I knocked something over.
That pisses me off. So like, it gets me so like, because I don't like being made a fool out of. And I think that's from growing up in an alcoholic home too. Like, because everything is, but my dad would like hide in bottles or
it's
then he got sober and started smoking weed outside, and I'd be yelling out the window, I know you're smoking. What the hell? You knock my ass out.
You bring up cocaine and everything goes.
Everything's just going haywire.
Keep talking.
So anyway,
I'm the tech.
No, I can't stand when cocaine, you're going upstairs, you're in the bathroom too long, you're bringing someone to the bathroom, and when none of us are supposed to know that you're
I feel like in Winthrop that's not a thing. Everybody just does it. Nobody cares.
No, I've been around so many people, and I want to yell out to them. We all know you're doing cocaine. Yeah. Your jaw's going a mile a minute.
Yeah.
Then
you're talking about me about us doing a startup company.
Yeah. I have to listen to you. Like
it's 3 a.m. and you're trying to get. You want to know if my son wants to go into business with you? Get him fund his startup.
I can't. That makes me insane.
Yeah,
I'd rather. Well, yeah, you can't do it in front of me because I might breathe it in. So I guess they don't have a choice. But it's not about me. Yeah. Anyway, so I almost got.
I knocked something over. She's ragging on me, and then we're flailing all. Imagine us on.
No, I've been very animated. Like, did I do some
fucking house would burn down?
Me and you doing? Oh, me and
you.
No, we would just have.
Let's one day when we turn 75. No. Can you imagine?
No.
I show up to your 80th birthday party with an 8-ball. Like, we made it. Let's fucking go.
I wouldn't even want to. I have like no interest.
I know, but just to try it once.
No, why? Just take me immediately to ICU.
Imagine all of a sudden though, you just at like 75. You like it. You're like,
oh, this is.
You got any more? Like it's like a Dave Chappelle fucking meme. You got any more of that cocaine? Did your son want to start a startup with me? Oh my god.
All right. On that note, I mean, I don't know how this got into cocaine. I mean, addiction, but
yeah, we were trying to talk about the fact that our dark humor. We're not trying to be offensive.
I don't make light out of it. I think we struggle. Everyone has struggled on some level of addiction and issues. And we're wicked honest. And I'll be honest, it's a lot to say, to put yourself out there and say some stuff, I think. But I don't, at this age, whatever, it is what it is. But we want to make sure that everyone knows this addiction has been massively in our lives.
Yeah.
From ex-husbands, friends, we've lost parents. So sometimes I think I really feel like I can talk about this. And I don't care what people think, but I do. After we finished that episode, I was like, I write about this. I speak about this. So I don't want to be insensitive. Yeah. And I want to be honest about who we are as far as addiction and things and how much it's affected us and even our own little struggles on whatever tier we're on. And we could be on the cocaine tier. You know what it would take is one bad situation to happen.
No shit.
Something happened to a child or something and you're just.
Oh God, that's it.
Who knows?
That's it. I've said that a million times.
No one's above it. No one's above it.
Yeah.
So that's that. But we have to
There's
laugh.
got to be some humor because you can't. Yeah, you can't.
And we will talk about it again, and maybe we will record live from the bar.
Hopefully,
we'll make it there.
This is Diane.
And then the urgent care later on.
Line of cocaine.
No, that'll not happen.
We're never doing it.
There'll never be cocaine. But never say never. Never say. But no, I don't. No, I would never. I don't think cocaine would ever be involved.
No, it wouldn't be the choice.
At all.
It wouldn't be the choice.
No. But if cocaine is your pleasure. Like, subscribe. We don't care. Whatever it takes. I gave up judging. As long as you're good to me, good to you, you're a kind person to me.
Yeah.
Do whatever floats your boat.
That's right. Yeah.
But don't keep us up and talking about your business you want to start.
Yeah, we want to go to, at this point in our lives, we'd like to go to bed at 9. So we'd really like to hang out with the downers instead.
Yeah, what was that meme? There was a meme or something that said, you're inviting me to a party that starts after 8 at 8 o'clock. Like, not everyone does cocaine. Like, that's totally how I feel. Like, if you invite me to something after, and even if it's at 7 o'clock, I'm like,
I would need drugs to get through
this. Clearly they do drugs because
8
we don't go out. I don't go to things. I mean, I'm the part of the 4 to 8 club. Except I have an extra glass of wine that apparently I like to stay up and put some tunes on and bother my husband.
Yeah. She does.
That's occasionally.
I like to do the Irish exit.
And I'm fine with that. I do that too sometimes.
But even if you're at my house, if I have that last martini, I'm like, whoop, I just go to bed.
Well, then the last time at your house, I was there and I didn't even want, like, I'm sitting there with your family and I'm like, I'm still sipping on a glass of wine. And because I just didn't want to go out in the cold and go home. I'm like, I'm just going to sleep in the chair. If I'm like, I got to go home. But on that note, so, all right.
That's it.
Like, subscribe. We are on all the podcast platforms.
YouTube, Instagram.
I will
Facebook.
post on Instagram my disastrous
oh my God.
insulation horror
Did you take any pictures of the second go?
No. I was too traumatized. I need to go to therapy over this.
That is a shame.
It's bad. It's bad.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to get my Apple Watch. That'll make, well, I hope as long as my rhythms are okay for a couple
I may not give it to her now.
She's giving it. I'll wrestle her. We're going to wrestle her. All right, bye, guys.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for coming and being wicked honest with us.
Oh, God. Every single time. If I could cross my eyes, I would. I don't know how.
Did you end it?
No, every time.